Hi, I'm the comic book frog, and tonight I have puppeting.
Hi, I'm Puppetine. Welcome to the Winchesters.
Give me my. If only Sam was here with my pie.
Sam, keeping pie away from me.
Hello. We're here to talk about the Winchesters. I'm Puppetine, this Froggy. You heard that? This is episode 5. And oh boy, it's time. It's back. We had a week break, but we're here and it's time to discuss it. So, with that in mind, what are we thinking? What's on our mind? What is our mindscape slowly processing today? Well, it's time for an election. Actually, it's not, because the episode starts out with a governor dying. R.I.P. that governor, boy.
Yes, the governor.
Yeah, you gotta Jensen Ackles down your throat.
And who would complain?
I guess me. But yes, so a lot of this actually has to do with Ada. They find out about this case, and yes, it is quite suspicious. However, we have the two members of the team, Cisco 2.0, and what's her name, Lada?
Carlos, Lada, Ada, Mary Campbell, John,
Okay.
Winchester.
So Carlos and Lada, they want to just go straight to the looking for who the Akrida have on Earth, looking like a human, this demon with the power. But John and Mary actually want to go ahead and look into this governor, because his death is described as something turned his brain into mush from the inside. So with that in mind, we have to think, Ada is our tiebreaker, and she wants to go with governor. Why is this? Well, we're going to learn later on. As it turns out that there is a certain member that we did not know about. We've seen Ada in the future before, but here we get to spread a little bit of her family. Isn't that right, Froggy?
Yes. Were you expecting more?
Yes. Go ahead. Take the torch. Keep speaking.
So
the pictures.
Oh, you want to go to the pictures? So yes, basically everybody's being getting killed. At least we don't know what, but thanks to basically
it seems like a Djinn.
Yeah. Thanks to Ada's son, who's half Djinn, they get a clue as far as what's really killing them, and I gotta say, you might want to hide your eyes if you're afraid of things, because they're coming for you.
He looks so cute and cuddly. Yeah. I have 3 in my bedroom. And I have 2 under the bridge. And so, yes, this is obviously one of the Akrida, the bugs. And actually, in this episode, it goes ahead, it attacks Mary. Isn't that right?
Actually, it's going after this other guy, this planner, but Mary jumps in the last minute and block it, and it attacks her and it injects its stinger into her mind, and also as well her psyche.
Yes.
So they basically they basically tie her up, because restrain her. Ada goes to seek her son and finally convince him to come back, even though they have a strained relationship, because she says, well, you claim to help people, and stuff. Well, show it to me, and then you can leave, and then we'll have to never see each other again. So this is where we get the 2 chairs here, and basically, he says, well, Carlos makes a joke. He's like, "What are you, a magician?" He's like, "No, I need a volunteer," because he says, "I need a volunteer," and 2 chairs, and so and he says, "I need someone who basically has connection to her." And they all look at John, because we starts out the very beginning of this episode. John likes Mary, but he talks to his mom, and she's like, "Well, do you tell her what it feels like?" I have no idea what she's thinking, because she kind of pulls away and she doesn't. They even make a joke later on that she's not very easy to talk to because John had to go in order to get a lead on everything. John even had to go talk to his ex, bribe her with
Billy.
food. Yeah, very much a Sam move, I'd say, bribing with food,
but not pie.
Yes, of course.
But I gotta go. I do have to go ahead and say, when we're talking about going into the mind to go ahead and cure what ails you, I have most of the monsters that we've been dealing with are mentally based, if you think about it. And so we have an ending that is very similar to the last couple, where
But before we get there, let me set it up.
Okay.
Before you jump ahead like a cretin.
I am leaning my puppet body back into my chair.
Yes,
my
you
puppet chair.
Akrida monster. Anyway, so we also get a big clue that all the monsters are being lured to Lawrence, Kansas, because the Akrida are in Lawrence, Kansas. So basically, as he says, they sit down. John sits on a chair. He's like, "Well, give me your hand." It's like, we get a little cool here. The tattoo. They use the the CGI. They make it glow. Or they're using fluorescent paint. Either way, he says John basically as soon as I close my eyes, I'll enter there, but no. So and he's like, "Can I get a little help?" And John's like, "What?" Carlos comes in and punches him, and he basically wakes up. He finds Mary in her deepest, darkest dream, and they're like, "Well," and she's like, "Of course," because basically what they have to do is they have to find the stingers in the body. She's confront her fears and destroy the stingers. And she's like, "Of course." So basically, my nightmare is in my own house. Great. And they walk through the door, and this is cool. I love this. And yes, there are similarities to the last episode with the hoarder monster. Yes, It looks like the same hallway. But you know what though? It doesn't really pull it out as far as the magic out for me. So basically, she finds her corridor. She finds a younger sister, or not her sister, but herself, I believe. If I remember correctly, and the bed, and inside the bed,
a younger version of herself. Yes,
yeah.
right.
And the bed, there's like stingers. She takes a knife, she stabs it. Her eyes go green like this, really cool. And then back in the real world, her eyes are glowing too. Yes.
Blackest night.
Yes. So basically, Mary's saved. John comes out, and then at the end, they're all kind of looking around because they're trying to figure out because something was drawing all there, and he felt Ada's son, who's half human, half Djinn, said there was a pulse in his head being pulled over. So they figure a radio, antenna. And you're thinking like, well, wait, we know the Roxy is a DJ. So they find out they go through, they see found her name on all these DJs, and they figure, okay, this is their person. There's a suspect. I don't have a photo of it, but basically at the very end of this, you see her. She's basically talking to her underling, who's concerned because because they said Mary Winchester is no longer under control. It's made her, and she's like, relax, I got it under control. She's just gonna just sit back and let the music play, and she plays it, and we get
the classics coming.
Yes, we put a spell on you, or I put a spell on you. That song. And that's pretty much how it wraps up. I mean, other than that, we see John working on his motorcycle that his mom got for his dad 2 weeks before. 2 weeks later, leaving, they left it there. And he said he goes back to the conversation with Mary because Mary said when she's done with the hunting, she's not going to stay in Lawrence, Kansas, because John even offered her a job there. He's like, if you want to stay here and work and all, he's like, well, not permanent. So basically, his mom goes, go tell her how you feel. It's like, and he chickens out again, basically pulls a Sam move a little bit. I think, as I said, it's not really Dean, it's more of a Sam. Sam's more of the shy one. And he basically says, well, yeah, I want to talk about something. She's like, okay. Obviously, we can tell that she's into him. So, because she had a conversation with Ada about, how she knew when she fell in love with her son's father, who was a Djinn, two people from different worlds how it works. She says, "Would you do it again?" She says, "Of course I would." It's all about love.
Yeah.
Love is scary, but if you both love enough, it doesn't matter. So yeah,
Yeah.
so that's basically
So here's what I'm going to say. It's not a bad episode. I'm not going to say that. But I
thought it was entertaining.
I have a problem with us ending pretty much the same way always. Okay, here you are. Here's some trauma. You're going to deal with this. If you don't deal with it, we're not finishing the episode. And that's how it's always going to be. That's how it's been. I think that we need to break away.
Well, that's how it was in the other. Did you ever watch the final seasons of the show? That's how it was.
Well, yes,
you had the same formula. You basically went over and over again. There's nothing really
But
new.
you had episodes to breathe in between, and we haven't for 3 episodes. 3 episodes. It's been this Bag Boy. It's been the Man of War.
So what do you want? You just want a random monster that's not connected to anything, and then have a subplot going.
That's how the first season of Supernatural really had to build itself.
Well, that's how it was towards in the middle of the show too.
Yeah, well, you need something to break away. You need a break every once in a while. And
like I said, they might get another monster, but the problem is they've written this, so basically all the monsters that are in town are connected to the Akrida. So it's not really different. Where before they were not going against a supernatural threat, I guess because the first season it was just monsters, random monsters, not connected. It wasn't until they started doing the whole yellow-eyed demon focus in that story. So of course it's going to be different.
Well, I'm going to say that next week's episode looks interesting. We're dealing with werewolves, very down to earth, something that we know that we're familiar with. So it'll be interesting to see.
Where are they? Where's the wolf?
Where is the wolf? Well, the werewolves are where? You'll have to find out next week.
But why wolves?
How wolves?
And
that's the end. Thank you so much for watching.
Will we get to see them kill one of these bastards with guns? Because I want the Sam and Dean where they're firing with their handguns, killing them.
I have serious doubts, but we'll have to wait and see. For now, we want to thank you so much for watching. We want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Go ahead and list that down below. Also, make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel. Check out the Ko-Fi if you can. It helps us with our comic book readings and keeping up the StreamYard. That costs a pretty penny. But that's about it for now. So from Froggy and myself, we want to say thank you one last time before we say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Eat some pie.